What up? What up, social media family? Ah, it's your boy, big brother, little brother. It just depends on the situation. But it's your boy, Noble Alexander, in the building. How y'all doing? How y'all doing, man? Hey, man, much love. Much love to my followers. Much love to our subscribers. Today is definitely the last episode of the season. And I want to appreciate y'all so much. Before we get into that, first and foremost, we want to start off by saying, Hotep, Shalom, Salam Alaikum, peace and blessings, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. How's everybody doing, man? Today is a wonderful, wonderful day. Yes, it is. Today is a wonderful day. And I hope everything is good for y'all. I'm feeling real good. It's good for me. Okay, I'm feeling real good. It's a lot going on. We got some important stuff coming up. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Very important issues coming up. And so, once again, this is election season. So just make sure when you go to them polls, we're going to get down on our interests. What benefits us or you as an individual and us as a whole, as a society. Other than that, welcome to the last edition of this year. Well, the last episode of this season for our Slap the Sense in You. All right. All that good stuff, right? Oh, yeah, we here. Next season's going to be even better. I got some fire coming next season. I'm just letting y'all know right now. But today's topic is our young heroes and the slap in the face by immigration. Today's topic is young heroes and the slap in the face by immigration. I'm gonna start off with the heroes first, right? I'm gonna start off with the heroes, y'all. The immigration is a cold one, so I'm gonna save that for last, and I have some videos that I'm definitely gonna share, and we're gonna kind of I'm gonna give my responses to some videos that I'm gonna share with you guys this beautiful afternoon on a Sunday. Okay, might be a little later where you are, but in Cali, it's about noon time, a little after. All right, so check this out. We hear a lot about, and right now I'm speaking to my so-called African American family, my black family. I know people like, why are you saying so-called? That's a whole nother conversation. You're not ready for that conversation. But I'm speaking to us's right now, right? Us's. So when we hear about certain people of the past, revolutionary heroes and people that fought or stand up or were rebels to the system, people that bucked the system, people that stood up for humanitarian rights, people that stood up for the rights of and the plights of African Americans in this country, the so-called black people in this country. I think that we don't really realize how young some of these fighters or these individuals were or are. I don't think we really truly understand that. When we hear about them, we just kind of hear about them with their stature and their fame and their notoriety, but we really don't understand how young a lot of these people were, and I think that's important to highlight. For example, right? Everybody knows about the Black Panthers, whether you black, white, Hispanic, whatever, Asian. Everybody know. If you know anything about American history, in this country, over the last 300 years, for sure, everyone's heard of the Black Panther Party, right? And these were a group of men and women that stood up against oppression. A lot of us Americans like to have cognitive dissonance when it comes to the plight of, African Americans or so-called Black people in this country. I'm gonna say so-called African Americans too. That didn't really come around until early 90s. We wasn't always calling ourselves that. But anyway, another conversation. But this particular group of individuals stood up for what they felt was right. I'm talking about people like Huey P. Newton, okay, the Bobby Seals, the Fred Hamptons, but I don't think people really realize exactly how young these individuals were. For example, did you know that when Huey P. Newton, he's one of the co-founders of the Black Panthers. For those who don't know, Huey P. Newton is one of the co-founders of the Black Panthers. It was like Huey P. Newton, Bobby Seale, and another individual. Forgive me. If you know the other individual's name, please go ahead and comment in the chat about that individual's name. Can't remember off the top of my head. But Huey P. Newton, when he was a co-founder of the Black Panther Party, did you know Huey P. Newton was only 25 years old? Did you know that when the founders of the Black Panther Party started the Black Panther, they were young? They were not elders, okay? They were not people in their 50s and 60s and 70s. No, Huey P. Newton was only 25 years old. 25. Come here. I will slap the sense in you. Do you understand how young? 25? You're just. I can't. It's like I don't want to call you a baby, but you're only 25 years old. As a man or a woman at 25, you are not the person that you're going to become at 25. I mean, hell, for me, I'm not. I'm not 25. I'm well past 25. And me now, I'm not the person I was when I was 25. When I was 25. I mean, can you imagine being that type of person, fighting against oppression, fighting against a system of racism and systemic racism, and actually speaking up when most people were afraid to actually do anything about it, and you're only fucking 25 years old? Hey, man, rest in peace to my boy Huey Newton. Shout out, man. I'm just saying. Y'all think this is a game? It's not. Okay, hold on. The movie Judas and the Black Messiah, right? That was about, pretty much about Fred Hampton and the things that he tried to do. Do you know how old Fred Hampton was when they killed Fred Hampton? Do you know how old he was? Fred Hampton, a member of the Black Panther Party, like one of Huey P. Newton's little homies, okay? But do you know how old he was when he was murdered and killed by the police? Huey P. Newton was only 21 years old. Fred Hampton, Fred Hampton was only 21 years old, man. Fred Hampton was only 21 years. I must say it again. Fred Hampton was only 21 years old. Have y'all thought about how young these people are? Seriously, have you really thought about how young some of these people were when they were doing their thing? The stories that you hear about them, The murder of such a young black man, 21 years old. That boy, I don't even want to I don't mean to disrespect him. Rest in peace to Huey P. To Fred Hampton. I keep saying Huey P. Newton because they were both Black Panthers. I'm sorry. Fred Hampton was only 21 years old at death. 21. Come on, man. How many of y'all got kids that's 21? How many of y'all remember when y'all was 21? Really? And he had the heart and the will to put it all on the line. And clearly he did, because they killed him. It's in the movie. It's all fact. They got him out of here. That I want to say boy, but he was a man. But I'm gonna say boy only because when you're 21 years old, you're just able to open a fucking alcohol bottle. Come here, talk to me. Come here. I will slap the sense into you. When you are 21 years old, you are just now at legal age to purchase alcohol. And they killed Fred Hampton at 21 years old. Huey P. Newton started the Black Panther at co-founder, and he was only 25. All of their co-founders was young. All of their co-founders were young. These people were not people in their 50s and 60s and 70s. No, we're learning about or heard about people that the government, which I would consider, that's some bully shit. You picking on some kids, man. You picking on people that's 21. You took out a man that's 21. You took out individuals that were in their 20s. You're picking on people that were in their early 20s, mid 20s. Seriously? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. But I'm just going to say, highlight this. That just showed you how much of a threat and how important their presence was for the federal government to have to come down on a 21-year-old. For the federal government to come down on a 25-year-old, Huey P. Newton, a 21-year-old murdered Fred Hampton. Are you kidding me? That's what the fuck we do in America? Really? I mean, that's just like me beating up an 18-year-old or something. Like, dude, I'm 40-something years old, bro. Ain't no 18. Listen, unless this dude is some type of Olympic God-gifted fighter or something, I'm not getting whooped by no 18-year-old. No, I'm not. You got me twisted. I'm going to sit you in your pockets, little boy. I'm going to sit you in your pockets, little boy. I got that grown man strength, boy. You 18 years old, son. You haven't even tapped in your full ability of your testosterone, boy. 21, 25? Really? Really? I'm just saying, I think that's a little sad. Muhammad Ali. Has anybody heard of Muhammad Ali? Has anyone heard of Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest fighters of all time? Did you know that there was a time of, and please, some of this stuff might be a rhetorical question, right? Muhammad Ali, internationally, universally recognized as one of the greatest, if not the greatest boxer of all time. One of the greatest fighters of all time. So during his time, America was at war in Vietnam. And they wanted to send Muhammad Ali to Vietnam to fight in these wars in Southeast Asia, whatnot. And he said no. He was drafted and he declined. As a result, at the time he was the heavyweight champion of the world, because that boy he was a bad boy. And rest in peace and salute to Muhammad Ali, man. Okay. Formerly known as Cassius Clay. All right. One of my favorite fighters to watch and study and learn from. He was the heavyweight champion of the world during that time. And then because he neglected to go to Vietnam, he was stripped of his heavyweight title and was in prison. And they imprisoned Muhammad Ali. Do you know how old Muhammad Ali was when he was fighting all of this federal oppression, this overbearing force from the government of how dare you not go and fight for your country? How dare you this? How dare you that? Do you know how old Muhammad Ali was? Muhammad Ali was 25 years old. 25. The same age as the same age as Huey P. Newton when he was a co-founder of the Black Panthers, 4 years older than Fred Hampton, who was murdered at 21. Muhammad Ali was 25 years old. Come on, man. 25. It make you wonder, did y'all pick him just because he was a fighter and felt like, well, we finna send him over here? Did y'all pick him because maybe it was like, well, this is our way, we can get him out of here? Because this man is clearly the heavyweight champion of the world and appears to be unbeatable, unstoppable. No one can defeat him. And he was whooping everybody, black, white, yellow, brown, purple, blue, putting paws on Muhammad Ali. And he was stripped of his title and then sent to prison. Now, I can't remember how. I don't know if he did. I know he was sentenced to 5 years. I don't know if he did the full 5. I know he did some time, though. He did do some time. He lost some years. And that right there is another point that I want to make up. Muhammad Ali did spend some time in prison. And as great as Muhammad Ali was, do y'all understand and realize that we never really truly got to saw his complete greatness? He was stripped just as he's reaching into his prime. He wasn't at the apex. He was reaching into it. Do you know if he would have never been stripped, do you know you already are mesmerized by the things that you saw from Muhammad Ali prior to getting stripped of his title, before he is at his physical apex, and then getting stripped of his title to now when he returned to the sport of boxing, he wasn't quite at his prime of physical fighting. Not saying he wasn't great, because clearly he was, but he wasn't at his prime anymore. He was coming out of the prime. And that lets you know how cold he was. So again, we got Huey P. Newton, co-founder of the Black Panther Party, at 25. We got Fred Hampton, who was murdered at 21 years old, being a liberation fighter, a spokesman for the community, putting it down, not being in fear of everything that he knew he was going up against. He stood on his square, okay, and faced it with fortitude, and prudence, and justice, and temperance, okay? Then you got Muhammad Ali, who was stripped of his title and sent to prison at the age of 25 years old. We as a people never got to see Ali fight in his complete prime. Although we saw greatness for him, it wasn't his greatest. We could have saw more, but they took that from him. And why? Because they were having a war over there in Asia, wanted him to go, and he decided not to fucking go. And as a result, he stood on his square and he protested that war, and he paid the price of it, where a lot of you people nowadays wouldn't pay the price for shit. Come here. I will slap the sense into you. Most of y'all would not pay the price for nothing. You have no fortitude, no heart, no nothing. You will fold at the blink of an eye. They say do this, you're going to jump in line and do it. You're going to put your money and all type of reasons why you got... Man, these people put their life on the line for you to come up here and not do the same. I'm just saying. That's some cold shit. Nat Turner. Has anybody heard of Nat Turner? Like I said, some of these questions I'm asking, they're rhetorical questions. Really? Has anybody heard of Nat Turner? Nat Turner, and I'm talking about Nat Turner, the rebellious slave Nat Turner. Nat Turner's rebellion. Nat Turner. I'm talking about that Nat Turner. The one who fought against slavery in the South and was actually a slave. And they say he started murdering or getting a lot of slave owners out of here, okay, and putting them down. And eventually they put him down, okay? But do you know that Nat Turner was 31 years old at his death when they finally were able to catch up to Nat Turner? Did you know that Nat Turner was 31 years old? This man was only 31 years old. Again, we're not talking about people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. Nat Turner, who led slave revolts in America. And to be honest with you, his was not the only one. His is just the only one that they talk about. And I'm gonna tell you like this: when they talk about you, especially the oppressors, the colonizers, when they address you, whatever they address, that means you did more than what they trying to say. So they're making it seem like Nat Turner kicked some ass. Trust me, for them to even bring him up, he did more than kick ass. He kicked more ass than they want to acknowledge. That's why they had to make a movie about it. That's why they had to talk about him in history. He kicked more ass than what they want to say. Trust and believe that. And there was other rebellions going on. It wasn't just his. It was a lot. Don't think that, they want you to believe that, black folks was just in chains and just taking a gang of shit and, dealing with a gang of shit. Nah, trust me, it didn't go like that. Trust me, they have altered history. It was a lot of fighting going on. There was a lot of slave owners coming up dead. You best believe that, buddy. Don't you let these colonizers and certain people tell you that they was just putting their foot on your neck. They was putting foot on necks. They were. But it was a lot of people that didn't go for that shit. They're like, oh, yeah? And they gave them some work. They went and gave them, listen to me, they gave them some work. All right? But again, Nat Turner was only 31 years old. Well, I seem like it's the young people with the business. It seems like young people be with the business. Tupac got a song called The Good Die Young. I'm just saying. I was damn near going to name this show that. It seems like the youngsters be wanting to put in work, and it seems like the government be more afraid. Again, we got Huey P. New was only 25 when he was a co-founder of the Black Panthers, right? We got Fred Hampton, who was murdered at 21 years old. The police murdered him, but the feds and the government was all behind that, okay? Ali was stripped of his title at 25 years old. Nat Turner, the famous rebellious slave in his slave rebellions, was murdered at 31 years old. So that would mean he was doing his thing in his 20s as well. They just murdered him at 31, but he was in his 20s putting in work. I mean, I don't know, man. It makes me question certain things when I see people so young putting their life and everything on the line. Sometimes I can't help but to be like, man, what's up with I ain't even gonna do my elders like that. I'm gonna leave y'all alone today, because I swear, man, some of y'all really be. I'm gonna leave it alone. I ain't even gonna say nothing, because I'm telling you, it just makes no sense how these people are this young. You mean to tell me we didn't have no freedom fighters or liberation people that was in their 50s and 60s, 70s? I mean, goddamn. You ain't, I don't know. A little fishy to me. especially considering my experiences with dealing with certain people that are my elders. I kind of feel like, yeah, I got to keep my eye on you. You watching me, but I'm watching you. How about that? Tupac Shakur. Tupac Shakur. Everybody know Tupac. Come on, man. You know Tupac was another one of them riders. He was another one. Spoke up against certain stuff. Had shootouts with the po-po. Salute to my Gemini brother. Rest in peace, my boy Tupac. Rest in peace, Muhammad Ali. Rest in peace, Fred Hampton. Rest in peace, Huey P. Newton. Tupac, all of this, we talk about how many records he sold and how impactful he was in the world. Y'all forget that Tupac was only 25 years old when he got killed. Come here. Let me talk. Here we go again. Come. I will slap the sense into you. Tupac was 25 years old when he got killed. So that means that 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, this man is putting in work, global work to leave a global footprint on life. 25 years old, man. 25. That's nothing. Now, if there's some 25-year-olds right now, I know you probably feel like, hey, man, what you talking about, man? I'm a grown man. I'm a grown woman. I do what I do. Let me tell you something. If you are privileged to live another 15 years or longer, another 25, right? You're going to be 50. Trust me. The person you are at 50 is not going to be the person you are at 25. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Come here. I'm going to say it again. Come here. Turn your chalk. Turn. I know. I will slap the sense into you. The person you will be at 50 is not the person you're going to be at 25. No, it is not. You are much different. You should be more mature, wiser, have more knowledge, have more prudence, temperance. It's a lot of things that should come with you. Patience, smarter. Don't get it twisted. The boy Tupac was bad. The man died and got killed. 25 years old. That's such a shame. That is such a shame to be taken out at such a young, early age. Again, Huey P. Newton started the Black Panthers, co-founder, at 25. Fred Hampton was murdered at 21. Muhammad Ali had his title stripped from him at 25. Nat Turner, the famous slave rebellion artist, was 31 years old when he got killed, when they murdered him. So that means in his 20s was putting in work. Tupac Shakur was murdered at the age of 25. Damn. These people are young, man. These people are young. God damn it, Malcolm X. Yep. Malcolm X. Do you know how old Malcolm X was when he got killed? Now, I must admit he was older than Tupac and a lot of these other cats, but that's still a young age. Malcolm X got killed at 39 years old. 39 years old? I mean, damn. 39? That's not old. That is a young, vibrant man. 39, is you crazy? That's still younger than me. I'm in my 40s. That's cold. To be taken out that young, 39. Malcolm X traveled the world, went to Mecca, learned some stuff about how to help Black people get reparations and and put America on trial for their atrocity, for the transatlantic slave trade, all type of stuff, man. I had to get him out of here. He was only 39. All of his beefs, whether it was with the Nation of Islam or not, I don't know. I know some small stuff, but not too much to speak on it because I haven't done my homework on it. I don't know everything. Everybody got to do their homework. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like to get into too deep into things that haven't done my homework. And that's why when I speak, everything that I speak on, I've done my homework. I'm ready for you. I wish you would come say some more talking point shit. Tear your ass up. Malcolm X was only 39 years old, man. 39. That man had Fed, CIA, people. Just had a beef. Even if he still had a little something going on with the nation, for him to endure all of that at that young of an age, come on, man. And you trying to be a father and a husband, but you doing your calling what God called you to do, though. It's almost tragic to hear about all of these heroes getting taken out or going through the things that they went through at such a young age, man. They're not even fully developed in their wisdom and knowledge and understanding of life. And they going through all that stuff. Martin Luther King, he was 39. Martin Luther King was 39 years old, man. He was 39. Malcolm X was 39. Both of them got killed at 39 years old. Ain't that some crazy shit? For both of them to die like that at 39 years old? That's just like Biggie. Biggie got killed in Notorious B.I.G. Notorious B.I.G. got killed. He was only 24, man. Like, dude, these people are not old. Now, I know some people like, well, some people might say, well, no, but why did you bring up Biggie? Everybody else that you brought up was some type of revolutionary warrior fighter for the people, something. Why did you bring up Biggie? Because at least Biggie paved the way for a lot of people. Like, on the East Coast, like he was somebody that you would have to question how certain other rappers' careers would be, Jay-Z, if Biggie was still present, especially considering that a lot of other rappers stole a lot of Biggie's lyrics, Jay-Z. You would have to question, like, well, damn, how would your career have been if Biggie was here? In fact, I want us to fucking think about how would us as African American so-called black people be if Huey P. Newton was still here, if Fred Hampton was still here, if Muhammad Ali, even though he did die at a young age, so I'm gonna skip Ali. At an older age, so I'm gonna skip Ali. But what about Nat Turner if he got to live a full life? What if Tupac was still here? What if Malcolm X was still here? What if Martin Luther King was still here? These people got taken out when they were young, so it's very possible that they could still be here to this day. How would we be as a people if we had those type of individuals still here today? Come here. How I will slap the sense into you. How would life be if the Black Panther Party never dissolved the way it did? If Huey P. Newton didn't get took out the way he did? If Fred Hampton didn't get took out the way he did? If Muhammad Ali never got stripped of his titles the way he did? If Nat Turner was never murdered for his rebellion? If Tupac was still here? If Malcolm X was still here? If Martin Luther King was still here? Hell, again, like I said, if Biggie was still here, like, how would things be? What would be their standing point? What would be the things that they have to say right now, considering that everything that we facing in today's time? Is this why they're not here? Is this why they're not here? I'm curious. Is this why they're not here? I think it's interesting. I think it's something to think about. What would Tupac have to say about Trump? Kamala Harris. Remember, he had a lot of time in the Bay Area. What would Tupac have to say about Kamala Harris? What would Malcolm X have to say about Trump and Kamala Harris? What would Martin Luther King have to say about the COVID, the whole epidemic, pandemic that we went through? What would Fred Hampton have to say about today and police brutality, considering that he was 21 years old when he got murdered, and if he was able to still live? Would he be ashamed of how we still let certain things, that we're still fighting for certain things that he was fighting for back then? Would he be proud of us? Would Huey P. Newton with the OG Black Panthers, the co-founders, would all of them be proud of us today? I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. I think that is something to think about, though. I mean, what the hell, as big of a mouth as Tupac had, what would the hell Tupac have to say about this pandemic that forced people to get things put into their body that they really didn't want to get and only really got it because of their employment situations and stuff? What would he have to say about that? What would Martin Luther King have to say about that? What would Malcolm X have to say about that? What would their presence today be like? What would their, if they were still here, what would their presence, I'm trying to word this properly, how advanced as a people will we be? How further along as a people would we be if those type of individuals are still here? Let's say it never happens. Let's say there's a dimension or multiverse, right? Like we'll go to Marvel, right? Let's say there's a multiverse where everything that I just put out here, these people are still here. Like, are we wiser people? Are we stronger people? Are we smarter people? Are we more of a together people? Do we have more of an understanding as a people? Do we have a bottom line as a people, or is our family nucleus still intact? Do the men love our women the way they're supposed to? Do the women respect their man the way they're supposed to? Would they approve of all of the rhetoric and the bullshit and the nonsense that goes on social media today? Some of these damn rappers that's out, especially with this mumble shit and all of this bullshit that we done heard over the last few years and decade, would they even been able to have a career if Tupac was alive as the big homie alive? If Biggie was alive? I mean, how would Congress be if Malcolm X was here? Martin Luther King was here. Well, shit, would they have eventually ran for president? Would you vote for Malcolm X if he was running for president? Would you vote for Martin Luther King if he was running for president? A lot of people will easily say, oh, yeah, we would. No, I don't think so. Yeah, we would. I just don't think so. Because if they're not, remember, they fought against the establishment. So whatever the ideology of the establishment is, they're going to be against that. So I don't know. I kind of highly doubt it. I don't think Tupac, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, Nat Turner, Bobby Seale, Huey P. Newton, Muhammad Ali, I don't think they will support transgenders having sex education in a goddamn kindergarten classroom. I don't think so. Something tells me, from what I know about those gentlemen, rest in peace to them all, something tells me that they might have an issue with that. Something tells me they might have an issue with that. I don't see Malcolm X supporting people talking about there's 5,000 different genders and shit. I don't think that Martin Luther King, Malcolm X would support all of these Crips and these Bloods killing each other. In fact, would we even really have gangs like that if the Black Panther Party was never destroyed? Again, let's pretend we're in a multiverse. In the opposite reality, the Black Panthers are successful, and Huey P. Newton never goes out the way he goes out, and they never kill Fred Hampton, and Nat Turner is able to live on the famous slave rebellion dude. He's able to live a full life and not get murdered at 31. Fred Hampton not get murdered at 21. Tupac not get murdered at 25. Biggie not get murdered at 24. Malcolm X not get murdered at 39. Martin Luther King not get murdered at 39. Like, would there be gangs? And if they would they at least be more organized? Would they have at least a little bit more self-respect for the community? Would there have been so much drugs in our community? I don't know. But something tells me that the presence of just those few that I named, that's just a few. This is just a few. This ain't everybody. Remember, we got a whole pantheon of fucking people that put it down in America for the people. We got a whole pantheon. Okay, I'm only naming a few. But if they were present or had some type of influence, would things be the way they are? And personally, I would have to say no. I believe that that's whatever all-seeing eyes the demonic forces have. They knew they had to get rid of them dudes because they knew there would come a point in time. So here we are now. I'm just saying, I'm being real. For all of those that say, "Oh, I love Martin Luther King," would Martin Luther King support either one of these presidential candidates? Would Malcolm X support either one of these presidential candidates? Would Tupac support either one of these presidential candidates? Would Fred Hampton support either one of these presidential candidates? Would Huey P. Newton support either one of these presidential candidates? The Black Panthers, would they support either one of these presidential candidates? I'm just saying. You can get mad at me all you want. You can say, what's the whole point? But that is the point. Is that we never really get a chance to see or feel a full development of anything. And it's like all our leaders are always, they get them. They take them out every time, man. And we never fucking get a chance to see the full process development of something. And now you just got to sit back and imagine. But then at the same time, it's like, why don't we pick the ball up? Why don't we do more when we have these fallen type of heroes? Why don't we come step in more and show our support? I mean, even like right now, you got, and shout out to my guy again, my boy Kendrick, man. My boy Kendrick Lamar has kicked off some shit, and it's a lot of people in tribal communities that's been getting along. The Pyrus and Compton had a peace walk. I don't give a damn what nobody say. That's dope as fuck. I don't care what you say. You a hater. That's dope. When you start seeing Bloods and Crips coming together, getting along, going up to the Forum for his pop-up concert, and nobody got shot, nobody got jumped, nobody got stabbed, nobody got beat up. It was a cool, the news didn't have nothing to report, because if you knew something would have popped off, they would have reported that shit. Come here. I will slap the Cincy. That shit is hard. And so now it's like, I feel like we got to support that though. Like, okay, we all get along, having a good time. We come together for the music and for the fun. But now that we all at the table, can we talk about economics now? Can we talk about group economics now? Let's get this bread, yo. Hey, yo, what's the Crips, Bloods, Damus, Pyrus, my Hoover niggas? What's up? Let's get this bread. It's all good. We black. It's all good, man. It's all good to be lost sometime. It's cool. We're gonna set the captives free. Bring you back this way. Come on to the east, man. I'm just saying. I think it's a beautiful thing. But I think it's also sad that a lot of our fallen heroes have died at such a young age. And me personally, I can't. Sometimes I think about that. Like, damn, if they were still here, what would they do? What would they think? What would they do? What would they think? How would they feel about today's society? I think they'll be disappointed to see the fall of the family structure, to see people pushing alternative lifestyles on children in kindergarten, in elementary school, and junior high school. That's crossing the line, man. There's no way you can agree with that. There's no way you can agree with that unless you're with that. Unless you're with that, that's the only way you agree with that. Unless you're with that, that's the only reason why you're mad at me right now. Because if not, you'll be like, nah, that's real shit right there. Nah, leave the kids alone now. Let them do what they're going to do when they get older. But as of right now, leave these goddamn kids alone. I don't know. I guess we're going to have to, I guess we'll never know. But that doesn't mean that we can't do better on that note. Moving on. In other news, what's up with this immigration shit, man? I don't know. I am getting tired of this shit. I ain't gonna lie. It's getting out of control. There's some very disturbing information being brought to the table regarding immigrants. And let me just say this. I believe that at the end of the day, we are all human beings on this planet, and we are all brothers and sisters. And yes, we all should get along and work together. Yes, I do believe in that. However, I believe that every nation has its own sovereign right. I'm going to say it again. I believe that every nation has its own sovereign right. In other words, what I do in my house may not be what you do in your house. But you do what you do in your house, and I'm going to do what I do in my house. And my house is my house. And if you want to come in my house, I got rules in my house. Don't y'all know how it is? Some people make you take your shoes off when you come to their door, right? Don't you deal with certain people that make you take your shoes off when you come in their house? They don't let you just walk through your house after you've been walking all through the streets and in the grass and on the concrete. People been spitting and pissing and all type of shit. They're like, no, take your shoes off before you come walking in through here. That's some people's rules. And if you want to come in here and chill with them, you have to follow the rules. Can you imagine if that's the house rule, that people that come through the door got to take their shoes off? But then it gets to the point where strangers that don't live there don't have to take their shoes off, but the people that do live here got to take their shoes off? You'll be like the people that make that rule up. You'll be like, who the fuck? What is wrong with you? Come here. And I will slap the sense in you. That's what's wrong with immigration right now. I'm going to share a few videos, and we're going to listen together, and I'm going to comment on this. And I just want you to kind of tell me what the F you think. You think that's right? I don't know. But we're going to have that discussion because we are definitely going to go there. And I just think that there's a lot of unfairness going on here. And I just want y'all to listen in at some of this stuff that we're going to share right now. All right. And I'm going to comment on that. So just listen to this. This is one of them. Check this out.
Documented immigrants to purchase a home.
If passed, California would become the first state to grant them state-supported home loans. Our Conan Nolan is live in the newsroom with the next steps. Conan.
That's right. This legislation refers to a California state program, but it could have national ramifications, particularly in an election year. It's legislation in Sacramento receiving national attention, a first-in-the-nation effort to allow undocumented immigrants state money for the purchase of a home. The bill's author, Assemblyman Joaquin Arambula of Fresno.
The social and economic...
Wait. I'm sorry. Just so y'all know, when they say state money, they talk about taxpayers' money. They talk about us, people that work. If you are a W-2 employee and you get taxes taken out of your check, they talking about you. If you are a self-employed individual or have an LLC and you paying your taxes and all of that stuff, they're talking about you. That's your money that they're using to give some fucking immigrants some... Wait. What? Here we go.
Benefits of homeownership should be accessible to everyone, regardless of immigration status.
For those who qualify under the California Dream for All program, the state would pay the 20% down payment for a first-time home buyer, up to $150,000. Assembly Bill 1840 would amend the program so that those in the country in violation of federal law would also be eligible.
Undocumented individuals have historically been excluded from housing initiatives because of federal restrictions. ensuring universal access by all qualified borrowers to the California Dream for All program will contribute to the overall success and vitality of California.
Backlash has been swift.
And now you got California trying to get homes for illegal immigrants. Are you kidding me?
California Senate Minority Leader Brian Jones.
Every dollar that goes to an illegal immigrant is a dollar not going to our veterans or other Californians, other legal residents or citizens that also qualify for that money. This isn't an unlimited bucket of money that the state has available for these homebuyer programs.
Evan Simon has been covering the vote for the political website California Globe. He says passage of the bill is nearly assured.
There's enough progressive Democrats right now in Sacramento who will get it passed. That's why all eyes are on Newsom.
Governor Gavin Newsom has not said if he will sign the bill, which could complicate the party's messaging this election year on the volatile immigration issue. Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris has endorsed funding for the border wall. She's also backed a modest federal home down payment grant, but one that excludes undocumented immigrants. Donald Trump has already condemned the California legislation.
So if this comes up during a debate, say the debate next month, that it can be a talking point for sure.
The staff for Assemblyman Arambula said who is the author of the bill said that he is not giving interviews currently.
Listen, listen, man. I'm sorry, man. You can call me racist or whatever the hell you want to call, because you know we live in a time where people get to just call you shit that don't even align with who you really are and what you really are. But I'm going to say this. Ain't no damn way in hell should nobody that illegally crossed the border on Monday come over here on Tuesday and be able to buy no damn home. To be able to apply to buy no damn home. I don't give a shit what you talking about. No, sir. And you know why they're trying not to really address it like that, and how Gavin Newsom didn't really come out and sign the bill yet, and why how they were saying how they're just trying to this is their measure, Democrats, but they don't really want to talk about it because they know damn well if they get to pushing that like that, see that's something that they'll wait for after the election. Like say if they win, then they're gonna really start passing all these new laws. Like, oh yeah, let the immigrants do this, let the immigrants do that, let them have this, let them have that. They don't want to do that right now because they know, like, ooh shit, this election year, we don't want to say the wrong thing because that's gonna piss people off as it should. Come here, how dare you? I will slap the sense in you. How dare you not take care of your own people? We got homeless people here that are Americans. We got all these veterans that are Americans and ain't getting taken care of. All of the people that are Americans that still struggling and need a little help. How the hell are you going to give somebody from another country this fucking ability to do this when you won't be flexible with your own people? You won't be that flexible with your own citizens of America, but you're going to get out like that? I think that's very disgraceful. Disgraceful. That's some bullshit. What did my chat say? That's some bullshit. You damn right that's some bullshit. Oh, really? Yes, really. Yep. I'm just saying, man, like what are we talking about here? Ain't no way in hell that's supposed to happen. Remember a few years ago, I think it was about a year or two ago, remember they was trying to give each immigrant that got caught up at the border, the little border crisis stuff, the ones that got separated from their family, remember they were trying to get them $500,000 per person. Remember they was trying to get them $500,000 per person. And guess what political party is behind this? Well, let's take a look at it. It ain't the independents. They don't even really got no pull like that. It ain't them. And it damn sure ain't the Republicans, because the Republicans is all about putting America first. They don't even like all this immigration shit. They don't like people coming over here and just coming over here in thousands and thousands and thousands of them, taking advantage of all type of shit that should be for the American people. There's only one party that pushes that type of agenda. You know who they are. I ain't even got to say their name. But y'all gonna go vote for them like you always do. because their motto is vote blue no matter who, and you're going to go do it. And you're going to get caught up in identity politics and say, oh, because it's her and it's this and she's, I don't give a shit. There's a lot of black people I know that do not like me. There's a lot of black people I do not trust. Wouldn't trust them around my kids, wouldn't let them in my house, nothing. So I don't want to hear this because it's, no, I think we should be able to do better than that. That is disgusting. But I'll tell you what, maybe that wasn't good enough for y'all, right? Maybe for some of y'all that wasn't really good enough. Maybe you need a little bit more. You know, I know how some of us are. We be needing a little bit more. So how about this one? How about this video? Right?
The migration crisis causing budget pinches coast to coast. Chicago allocating $51 million to deal with the influx.
$51 million is a lot of money.
Some residents up in arms.
We need to take care of our community. We need to take care of our Black community.
Arguing city council has their priorities wrong.
I demand you to have the same passion and urgency to pass the City of Chicago reparations order.
In California, the state legislature advancing a bill to give undocumented migrants who are out of work unemployment checks.
Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! California, you ain't shit. Gavin Newsom, you are a piece of shit. That's why Trump said Gavin Newscum. Gavin Newscum, you mean to tell me you will let illegal immigrants come over here and get an unemployment check and no mofos ain't worked over here? How you get an unemployment check, bro? Come here. God damn it. I will slap the city. There ain't no motherfucking way that should be allowed. That shouldn't even come up as a discussion to even see if it could pass. What the fuck? Why? Y'all keep voting for these people. I swear to God, y'all keep voting for this party that does this shit. We can't go to nobody else's country and do that shit. How in the hell can some people come over here and get unemployment benefits and they ain't even worked? Ain't they locking people up for the EDD fraud? For claiming that they worked when they didn't? Come here, wait a minute, come here. Come here. Oh, God. I will slap the sense into you. You are currently locking people up for EDD fraud, saying that they worked, but they didn't. But you're going to let some illegal people come over here and get paid unemployment and they did not work? That's not EDD fraud? I mean, am I tripping? Is the math not mathing? That shit don't make no... What? Huh? Y'all love them though. Y'all keep voting for it's y'all. Listen, everything that we go through as a nation is a result of our ignorance when it comes to policies, politics, economics. We are the one that vote and cast our vote without thinking. All they do is just say, oh, I hate Trump. I don't give a fuck if you hate Trump with your silly ass. Ain't no way some of this shit should be happening. I don't want to hear nothing you talking about. You can't tell me shit about this person is racist. All these motherfuckers is racist. I don't want to hear that shit. You got to have a bottom line. You are an American. It should be about Americans first, period. I don't mind helping nobody. I don't. But I'm not going to give you what I ain't got. If I ain't got it, how am I going to give it to you? I don't mind giving. But if I ain't got it, how am I going to give it to you? I'll be damned. Let's keep going. Woo, that shit got me so mad. Just to even hear that shit is just, oh, it's ridiculous, man.
For families, helping to ensure that they get food on the table and have a roof over their heads.
Republicans estimating the proposal would cost $2 billion a year.
When the governor and the Democrat supermajority is sending out the message of come to California, get free money, you don't have to work, that's just going to draw more and more illegal immigrants to our state.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams says caring for these migrants costs his city $4.3 billion.
Every service in the city is going to be impacted by this asylum and migrant crises that we are facing.
School systems also feeling the impact. The New York Post reporting 16,000 migrant children enrolled in New York City public schools since the fall. Florida's Miami-Dade County adding 20,000 migrant kids this year alone, according to NPR. The district already struggling to hire enough teachers.
State and local leaders fighting over federal dollars to help with the migrants' care. Mayor Eric Adams says the White House failed his city. The Biden administration says they are working on sending additional funds to places like New York City to help address the crisis. In Washington, I'm Kayla Gaskins.
Listen here, man. Listen here, man. I don't even know where to begin with this. I don't even know how to. Did y'all know that during the pandemic, did y'all know that all the illegals, immigrants that was coming over here, did y'all know that they was putting those people up into hotels and motels? Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that all the illegal immigrants that was coming into this country during the pandemic, do y'all know that they was putting those people up in the hotels and motels? Did you know that? And guess what? They were not requiring any of those people that came across the border to get that jab, to get that needle. But then they made you get it and told you couldn't go outside. You couldn't fucking go to the grocery store. Damn, they was trying to stop you from going to the grocery store. But you really couldn't go outside. You couldn't go to the restaurant. You couldn't go to the football games. Your ass couldn't work and get your job. You had to get it, but they didn't have to get it to come over here. Why didn't they at least grabbing their ass up and stick them in their arm before they put them in a hotel or a motel? They didn't do that shit. They made you get it, but didn't make them get it. They made you get it, but didn't make them get it. I'm going to say it again. They made you get it, but didn't make them get it. These are your politicians that y'all keep fucking voting for. Y'all are the reason why this shit happens to us. Y'all are the reason why shit like this happens to us, man. Because you come to the table with your feelings, with no facts, no proof, no evidence of nothing. You ain't done no homework. All you gonna know, well, I'm gonna vote for her because I don't like him. But you already had him. In fact, when you look over the last 16 fucking years, the left has dominated 12 of those years. You only had a Republican for 4. Remember, you had Barack twice. That's 8. Then you had Joe. And these people, that's another 4. That's 12. Do y'all know how to count? Come here. I will slap the sense in you. Everything that's wrong with America right now ain't because of no right. I'm not saying the right don't got their flaws and they ain't on some bullshit. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is when they get up here and they have these fucking debates and shit about how they're going to improve and stop this problem from happening, y'all are the ones causing the problem. Oh, we're going to improve the middle class. Well, what happened to the middle class? Democrats? What happened to the middle class? Who destroyed the middle class? It sure wasn't the people on the right side. Because they're for America. They're for Americans. That's their whole political ideology is eliminating Big Brother, having less government influence and control. The left is about Big Brother and having government control and mandating your ass to do shit that your ass don't want to fucking do. So why would you keep voting for them? Because of some social service benefits, some EBT and GR and food stamps and Medicare? Fucking come here. Ah! I will slap the sense in you, man. They got these damn rainbow people going to your kids' school, teaching them about a sexual orientation in fucking kindergarten. That's some pedo shit. Yeah, I'm mad. I'm sorry. Excuse my language. Excuse my language, but y'all got me twisted, man. It just don't make no sense. The math ain't mathing. No, hell no, I'm not voting for y'all silly asses. No, never. Until you stop showing me that you some pedos and that you care about the American people and want to enrich the middle class and improve the lower class and do things to support our veterans because they're the ones going out, putting their life on the line, fighting for us. But then you want to let these illegals come over here every day, all day, but by tens of the thousands and shit? No. Then you want to give them loans to get houses and shit? Then you want to give them unemployment when they ain't even work, but you locking up American citizens for falsifying EDD documents, making it seem like they worked when they didn't, but you going to let the immigrant do it? No. No, I'm not voting for none of you. No. You Jeffrey Epstein Island participant. No, I'm not voting for you. No. Hell, what you talking about, man? When do the American people get a break? When do people start putting Americans first? Why we always got to go on a back burner because of somebody else's pockets? Because that's all it is. Somebody else's pockets. Y'all want to know what else is happening? Let me show y'all something else that's happening out here right now, right?
Nicholas.
Y'all may not know this. Not only financially are we getting pounded by the immigrants, and our government is coughing up billions upon billions upon billions of dollars on top of the trillions upon trillions and trillions of dollars that they send to Ukraine. So let's just look at this. Wait a minute. Just wait a minute. You got Ukraine, y'all giving them trillions of dollars. It's a fact. It's all over the news. Everybody know it. Can't deny it. Now, and then y'all got the immigrants that y'all allowing to come over, giving them billions upon billions. And what is the American people, the people that are citizens, the people who are nationals of this fucking country, what are we getting? What have we gotten? Nothing. Nothing. Black folks ain't got reparations. You got reparations, black people? No. Black people, you get reparations? No.